So I just finished watching Koihime Musou, the prequel to Shin Koihime Musou, which was the anime that I did an initial impressions on last week. It's not bad. Now let me say this. This is not a good anime. It's not. It's not a good show to watch. It's still a pretty bad show. But it's what I expected when I first read that description from that I read out loud in the previous video. This is what I expected pretty much. I expected a show about a girl martial artist in feudal Japan, I think. Pretty sure it's feudal Japan. Going around and training to help make the world better and gathering up allies and everything. That's what this was. I don't know why they put that description on the second season. The second season wasn't that at all. I mentioned in my video that I did the WT first, or what the first episode of this show, that the jump between the first episode of the first season and the second season in its entirety was akin to that of playing the Dot Hack games and then going immediately from those to the Twilight Bracelet anime. It's that big of a gap in terms of going to complete crap. I'm going to stand up and say that remains true all the way through this first season. The first season of this it's not a good show, but it's an okay show. And it's like they took any bad parts from this first season and then created the second season using only those. The second season was filled with sex jokes that weren't funny. They just completely dropped dead. It was filled with... It was just filled with stuff that made me I didn't know who this was made for. This, I can clearly see who it's made for. It's made for fans of the game who want to see what this character's doing. I don't know what happens to the character you play in the game, but I know this character is a main character. What's her name? Kanu. Couldn't remember there for a second. She's from the game, I'm pretty sure. And it's the story of what she's doing now. She's going around trying to make the world a better place while training in her martial arts skill. The way I can describe this show is pretty much, it's like Dynasty Warriors. It's like you're watching a really cheesy, all-female cast for the most part, except for the rape bandits that are back, or starting here. They're not as stupid or pointless as they were in the second season, considering the first season deals a lot with bandits, considering there's a war with bandits going on. It's like an all-female cast of Dynasty Warriors, only turned into an anime and made cheesy with some stupid parts here and there. That's what I expected when I had read that description for the second season, not knowing that it was the second season. I thought it was its own show. That's what I had expected to see, a stupid Dynasty Warriors type anime. That's what I got with this first season, and I'm okay with that. I am perfectly okay with that. There are a few sex jokes and moments in this one, but not really anything to complain that much about, considering it did about as much as most modern anime do in terms of fan service ecchi stuff. It did pretty much that, with maybe a few extra things here or there, but for the most part, it wasn't anywhere near as bad as the second season. Would I recommend this anime to anybody? Probably not, but I wouldn't mind giving it a second look, personally. there's just so much better about this first season. It could be because it was the first season. Maybe they spent all their budget on the first season and then didn't make any money, but still wanted to make a second season. It looks good. It looks all right. It's got animation, which for the most part is more than I can say for the second season. Second season did not look really that good in terms of the animation quality and everything. I mentioned in a previous video that it looked like they were cardboard cutouts in front of a larger cardboard cutout. They move. They actually, there's a lot more movement with the characters, like little things even. Like when they're walking, it's not like the same recycled like scarf blowing like this. It actually like moves a little bit. And little things like that that make it seem a little bit more like I'm actually watching an anime instead of just watching panels of a comic. And the characters are all around more likable in this here first season. And to be honest, this first season makes the second... Watching the first season makes the second season that much more stupid. Because I realized something. I had mentioned, I'm pretty sure I mentioned in the last initial impressions, is that in the second season they're going around meeting all these new people, and then wacky sex shenanigans goes on. In this one, they have met most of the people that I thought they were meeting for the first time in the second anime. It's not really all that clear in the second anime that they've known these people. And I don't get that. I don't get that. They meet a lot of the same people. They meet the lady, the first lady who they go to, and she puts on like a sex tournament for them. And she has one moment that's similar to what her whole purpose in the second season was, but it didn't last that long, and they didn't stick on it for a while. And they meet the crazy lesbian ruler who has a pretty awkward scene to watch. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm not a fan of watching rape, pretty much. Especially when it's, like, bribed. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And that's pretty much the only real awkward moment I had through it. There was a part where one of the girls gets arrested and everything. In order to get her out, the main girl pretty much agrees to sleep with this crazy lesbian leader. And it gets a little awkward. It gets a little awkward indeed. So other than that, there wasn't really that much I was, like, about. But it's so much better than the second season. It's not good, but it's still so much better than the second season. I don't know what else I can say. I'm probably not going to watch the third season for a bit. I want to take a break from this show and actually watch something I can really enjoy. I have a anime movie that's going to be coming in the mail hopefully like tomorrow, so I'll probably watch that and do an initial impressions on that for next week, which means that's like 2 weeks that I can spend watching a series, meaning I can actually move out of the 12-episode range and go into something a little longer. Because I typically stick with a 12-episode anime, primarily because it just turns out that the anime I decide to watch are typically about 12 episodes or so, and I can watch it in a week. That's another big reason. I can watch a 12-episode anime in a week. Whereas like a 24 or 25-episode anime, it'll take me probably a little longer considering I don't have much free time right now. However, I will be getting a lot more free time once this week is over, because I'll go from having all nights of the week busy to just 3 nights of the week busy, because I'm in a local play. I'm in a local Shakespeare festival, and it's our tech week, so we have performances, meaning no more rehearsals, just performances. So I'll get some more free time, so I'm actually not worried about doing more initial impressions because I should have more time to do so. Koihime Musou. Much better than its second season.